Welcome to the second video of hypothesis testing. Let's jump into the questions straight away, shall we? A banker claims that on average students save less than 750 per year. Test the claim at 5% significance level. If a sample of 23 students saved 745 last year, we assume a standard deviation of 135. We have less than 750. That goes on to our alternative hypothesis. It's less than, which means it's a left tail. The rejection is on the left hand side, less than. The complement, the opposite, is greater or equals to 750. What else are we given? We know that there are 23 students, n is less than 30, which means it's a t-test. Degrees of freedom, n minus 1 gives us 22, and a 5% significance level, standard deviation 135. We find our critical value from the table, which is 1.717. Now, we have to make a decision. We will reject H0 if we get a value that is less than minus 1.717, anything on the side. We do our test statistic calculation, that is the formula. We do the substitution, and our final answer is minus 0.18. Now, remember, if the test statistic is less than the critical value, then we reject H0. That is our decision. We have 1 minus 1.17 here, and the value that we got is less than that, okay, which is found on the left hand side. Therefore, we are going to reject H0. If it had fallen on the other side, then we were not going to reject H0. So what is our conclusion? We reject H0 at 5% significance level and conclude that the banker's claim is probably true. Let's go on to the next question. A banker claims that on average, students save 750. In this case, we are saying the claim is, so this is a two-tailed test. It means it's equal to. Test the claim at 5% significant level. If a sample of 45 students saved 755 last year, we have a standard deviation of 135. It's a two-tailed test, which means the 5% is divided into 2, and we get that. Okay, these are the rejection areas, the shaded ones. Two-tailed test, H0 and H1. What else are we given? We have n is equals to 45. We can use the z-test. We have done the division by 2 because it's two-tailed, standard deviation of 135. From the table, we are able to find the critical value, which is equals to 196. So this is 196 negative, 196 positive. We will reject H0 if it is less than 1 minus 196 or greater than 196. In the middle part, that's the do not reject area. Okay. When we do our Z statistic, we will do the substitution. We will get 0.25. 0.25 falls in the do not reject area. So our decision is this. that since Z calculated or Z statistic is 0.25, which is less than 196, therefore we do not reject H naught. Okay. We then conclude that we do not reject H naught at 5% significance level and conclude that the banker's claim is probably true, because they were claiming that it is equals to 750, and that claim is true. We are going to do one last thing, which is looking at proportion. We'll do a single proportion two-tailed test. A social media company claims that it has, that's the giveaway there, that it is a two-tailed, it has 60% market share. However, a random sample of 500 customers shows an affiliation of only 275 users. Test the company's claim at 1% significance level. So what do we know? N is equals to 500, X is equals to 275. To get our P, it's 275 divided by 500, and Q is 0.45, a significance level of 1%. So what is the test about? We are testing if the average is equals to 0.60. All right, that's what we are testing. Let's look at the hypothesis. H0, this is a two-tailed test, so it's equals to 0.60. Alternative, it's not equals to 0.60. All right, that's what we have. In the end, we'll have to draw a diagram and talk about the rejection area. Two-tailed test, we will reject H naught if Z calculated is less than minus 2.58 going this side, or greater than 2.85 going this side. All right, cool. Let's do the test statistic. Our formula is this one, okay, for the Z statistic. We do the substitution. Remember, we are testing at 0.60, so there we substitute, and then we do that computation on the calculator. We find minus 2.28. all right. Remember, we are saying that we will reject H naught if it is less than minus 2.58. okay, so we'll compare to the rejection area. All right, our rejection area starts at minus 2.58 going to the left hand side, but our Z calculated is greater than minus 2.58. It is found in the do not reject area. So this is where we will find our minus 2.28. okay, so what is our conclusion? Do not reject H naught at 1% significance level and conclude that the company's claim is probably true. Remember, these guys were saying that there is a 60% market share. That is their claim. All right. If you don't want to use this statement, you can say, do not reject H naught at 1% significance level, then accept the company's claim of 60% market share. All right.